Today I'm talking with two of my colleagues and friends, Shanna Williams and Elishiva Khaflin Elbaz, and they're coming to the online school and offering a new course starting in February. It's called Birthing Wisdom, Caring for Families and Ourselves in the Perinatal Period. So Shanna, Elishiva, I'm wondering if you could just talk a little bit about yourselves and what you're going to teach.
Go ahead, Shanna.
Thank you for having us, Kate. So our course is really looking at an experiential approach to learning about embodied understanding of themes and patterns related to conception all the way through postpartum. We're really looking to serve the birth keepers and the people who are supporting families through birth, because as they are experiencing birth, we're also birthing a part of ourselves through each of these experiences. And we're impacted by their experiences and the environments that both of us are in as we're doing that. And so this class is really targeted to help you take care of yourself, have an awareness, and growing your understanding of supporting families and others. Elishiva, what do you like to add to that? Because there's so many layers to this class.
Yeah, thank you. So I think people can come to the class from different perspectives and backgrounds and ways that they're working professionally with somewhere in the perinatal period with families with newborns. People might come from a medical background or a nursing background, a mental health, a social work background, a body worker or somatic therapy background. People might come because they're already trained in pre and perinatal psychology and therapy and healing. And people might come because they're already working in some kind of work related to health inequity and medical racism and the racial inequity in maternal and parental obstetrics, gynecology, birth, perinatal health, and reproductive justice overall. So we're hoping and inviting people from all kinds of backgrounds to come together, and some parts of the class may be familiar, then some parts will be new. So we're really wanting to bring together these multiple fields that Shanna and I both bring together from our professional background and personal experience and our training, and then the work that we do with individuals and as educators. So we want to bring together an exploration from the micro to the macro and seeing how these are interconnected, how something could be happening for ourselves as professionals and happening with a client or with a family that we're working with. And then we're all situated inside of these environments and contexts and structures have power valences to them. There's power dynamics, there's social dynamics and cultural dynamics and historical dynamics. And then people have all of their various lived experience, and then also how we're really shaped by our professional background and training. And so it's a lot of words to say that we really want to talk about what are some of the things that happen in these developmental phases of conception, pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. What are some of the core themes that we've seen from working with many people, and how do those themes show up in that first developmental experience, but maybe they also could reverberate and show up in other developmental stages across the lifespan, and why it's important to be curious about those themes and be able to recognize them in our work, both as our title suggests, in taking care of ourselves as providers and practitioners and teachers, and also how we help the people we're supporting and working with to recognize those themes. And also, just to say, we really operate from a strengths-based perspective. We really like to keep things, despite me being very wordy, we like to keep things really simple, accessible, focus on deepening skills. We're not going to use like a lot of lingo or make things more complicated than they are. And we both really like to emphasize supporting people, looking at what are they already doing, what cultural resources or practices that they already have. Like, what did your parents or grandparents or other important people to you already do and teach you? Because whatever we're calling somatic therapy, whatever we're calling pre and perinatal psychology, whatever words we have for how people have cared for themselves and each other through facing great the impacts of structural oppression, people have so many really wise practices and ways of thinking and ways of being that they just do intuitively, that now, you know, professional people like put all these fancy words to, but really what's most important is appreciating and contextualizing and understanding more deeply what we're each already doing. And that's also a modeling for approach that we both really believe in working with people.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you're going to be raising consciousness, making us more conscious about what we already know, and maybe introducing new things to us in the context of, you know, some of the things that are happening in our culture, society, way we birth today. That sound about right?
Yes.
Well, I'm really looking forward to hosting you in Pre and Perinatal Healing Online. And for those of you out there listening, this is a new course coming to the online school starting February 23rd. It will be the 23rd of February, then March 9th, 16th, and 23rd. It's just 4 weeks, Thursday nights from 7 to 9, and it's called Birthing Wisdom, Caring for Families and Ourselves in the Perinatal Period. So thanks for coming, and see you later, the two of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.